The new Doctor is a woman. Is this the end of Doctor Who? No, it's not the end of Doctor Who. Get over yourself. You know what makes a TV show end? Bad writing, bad plotlines, bad acting. Never has the gender of a character been the reason why a TV show ended. And it's not gonna be the reason it ends this time. It would have been easier for me to believe that the show would have ended during Moffat's era because of bad writing than it ending because the next Doctor is a woman. You know, Jodie Whittaker is a good actress, so we got the acting part now. The thing we need to care about right now is the writing. If she is written well, then it's gonna be good. You should always be concerned that the next Doctor is the right Doctor. Never has the actor or actress they have chosen been the wrong person. If a Doctor became less popular, it was because of the writing that they portrayed. Every actor who has ever portrayed a Doctor was and has been a good actor. They have always been the right choice. They just might not be the right choice for you. And that is totally fine. You can very easily not like this Doctor. But give her a chance. Don't say, I'm never gonna watch this show again because it's a woman. The matter of the Doctor becoming a female was mentioned since the 80s. There was an article in a Doctor Who magazine that the next Doctor was going to be a female, but it was an April issue, so it was an April Fool's. But the idea has existed. And it became canon that Time Lords can switch genders 6 years ago in The Doctor's Wife. And then we had Missy. Did you see her? Then we had the Commander, Time Lord, that the Doctor shot. It's a thing that can happen. The idea was planted 6 years ago in Modern Who. You've had 6 years to get used to this idea. And I'm sorry, if you can't get used to an idea in 6 years, then that is not the show's problem, that is your problem. Now, I want to talk about this, well, when the news came out, but I'm glad I waited a bit because I really was over-emotional when I heard it at first. I was elated, I was so happy because this is a show that I've watched for half my life. I've grown up with this show. And for those people who say that the Doctor can't be a role model for guys and the guys saying, I just lost my role model. The Doctor was my role model for 12, 13 years. And in case you can't tell, I'm a woman and a man was my role model. Role model is not based on genitalia. Role model is morals, what you will learn from somebody. So the Doctor has been my role model, and he's a different gender than me. Can you believe that? I know, it's a weird concept. Get used to it. You know, this is a really big deal now, but in 10 years you're gonna look back and say, was we really that mad about this? And just to prove that, 10 years ago, when Jack kissed the Doctor, it was just a little peck. That was a big deal back then. Men tended not to kiss each other in swing. And now, looking back, that seems like a silly thing, that back then that was a really big deal. And the same thing is gonna happen here. Stuff like this needs to be a big deal at first, so when time progresses, it becomes less of a big deal, and then it becomes normal. So don't dismiss the Doctor just because of who they've cast. Every fan has their cycle that whenever you go into the new Doctor, you don't like the new Doctor. Unless you really hated the previous doctor, you tend to not like the new doctor, then like the new doctor, and then not want them to regenerate, and then the cycle continues. You've seen the memes, I'm sure. But you can't just dismiss a doctor based on who they are. Because if you look at what Chris Ferguson had done before this, or what David Tennant had done, what Matt Smith had done, what Peter Capaldi had done, you still would not have gotten a sense of who their doctor was going to be. Because that's a character that they have to create within their abilities. And I have seen Broadchurch. She is a good actress. She can portray like every emotion you can, but I still don't know what kind of doctor she is going to be. And until then, I'm not gonna say that I like this doctor. I like what they've done, and I am so glad that Chris Chibnall is gonna write for her and not Stephen Moffat, because Stephen Moffat has his strengths, but he cannot write women. He does not get women. He can't write for women. He just can't. And I'm not saying that Chris Chibnall is going to be great at that, but he's going to be better than Moffat. Like, definitely better than Moffat. Because Moffat sees women as a very two-dimensional kind of characters, and they tend to not have much depth. And the only badass kind of women he knows how to write are the kind that put men down, and that's kind of not what you have to do to be a badass woman. You can be a passive badass woman. That's not the point there. The point is that Chris Chibnall is going to write this new doctor, and this doctor is going to be here for 5 years. That's probably not going to be 5 seasons. I'm guessing it might be just 4 seasons, given the little breaks we sometimes have. Maybe 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons. So give her a chance. We have seen 1 minute of her, and during that 1 minute, we actually didn't see her for that much. We saw her like for maybe 20 seconds. You can't judge an entire character for 20 seconds. So all I'm saying is, give her a chance. Let's see if she's a good doctor or not. If she's a bad doctor, if her character is written bad, if they change the doctor's characteristics drastically, if she does not feel like the doctor anymore, I swear, I'm swearing right here, I will be the first one to dismiss her and say that she is a bad doctor. But I am not going to do that before actually saying what she's going to do. Another important thing about seeing what kind of doctor she's going to be is her costume. Because the doctor costume and how he dresses is very representative of the kind of doctor that they're going to be. So I'll get a much better sense of what kind of doctor she's going to be once they reveal her look. Although when they did reveal Peter Capaldi's look, he didn't exactly stick to it. I mean, it was a very simple kind of look, but it still shifted a lot. It shifted between the long coat, the hoodie. It was kind of... Although I'm down with Jodie Whittaker wearing that hoodie thing, because she looked really hot in it. I'm not gonna lie, she looked really hot in that. And I'm saying it right now, and this is my personal preference, I don't want her wearing a dress or skirt or something. And that is not because I don't want her to be too feminine, because it will scare people off. Fuck those people who are going to be scared off by a person being a woman. To quote Jodie Whittaker, do not be scared of my gender. I don't want her to wear a skirt or a dress because it's not practical. I've established this once. I am a woman, and I rarely ever wear dresses on my day-to-day life. I always wear pants and shirts. It is just way more practical. And the doctor is gonna run a lot. And doctors had many female companions, and they normally dress in pants. Because it's practical. You're going to get adventures. You don't wear a skirt if you're going hiking, so I don't think that the doctor should wear a dress, but that is my own personal opinion. Obviously, if they wear a dress, I'm gonna be like, okay, you're gonna wear a dress. I'm not gonna say anything about it. Because you know what? It's not about me. This is a bigger thing than me. This is a good thing. This is a step forward. It's not a step backwards. And I'm not saying that if they had cast another male lead, another white male lead, it would have been a step backwards. It was just staying put. But you gotta move forward. You gotta take big steps. Doctor Who started as a big step. It started with a female creator. It started with a gay Asian director. Doctor Who has always been controversial. Doctor Who has always pushed the limits. And it's crazy to think that they would not take the step. I didn't think it was going to be this regeneration, but I was sure that it would happen at least in the next 2 regenerations. I actually kind of thought that Peter Capaldi might be a woman. They might cast a woman, but I am glad that did not happen because that would have happened under Moffat, and as we have established, Moffat cannot write women. So, but in conclusion, this is a good thing. Let it happen. Do not shut it down before it has happened. Do not search and take stills of Jodie Whittaker's nude and post them and try and shame her in less than 48 hours. Have some fucking respect for the industry, for the actress, for the show, for your fucking self. And to all of those people who are saying that they're not gonna watch this show anymore, we don't need you. If you genuinely can't watch Doctor Who because the Doctor is gonna be a woman, you clearly do not get Doctor Who. You don't get what it's about. And tell me what you think. Like this video if you agree with me. Dislike it if you disagree with me. Just so I know. And leave a comment. Subscribe. Bye.